Are you hearing the lies about so-called healthy foods? I sure am. And I've researched a few articles for you, so let's get started. Welcome to Total Transformation Secrets. Oh boy, I think this is 29. All right, we are rolling, rolling, rolling. And here we go. The presentation. I'm starting now. So, we're talking today about diet and nutrition myths and understanding the truth behind food choices. I'm DrLisa Singletary. I'll introduce myself a little bit later, but I'm really glad that you're here. So, why does it matter? There's so much information. I actually have a statistic later about how much information and misinformation there is, but we're trying to do the best that we can. And with the standard American diet, the SAD diet, we are overfed, but still undernourished. So we have to be able to make better choices. But the information in trying to decide what those better choices are is often conflicting and overwhelming. And if you track it through the years, eggs are good. No, eggs are bad. No, eggs are good. Um, I mean, pick almost anything. Almonds are good. No, almonds are bad. No, almonds are good. Tomatoes are good. No, tomatoes are bad. So let's see what we can find out. And I'll tell you that the research I did for this is by and large um, the most modern I could find, like within the past 2 years. I have one article that's from 2020, but all the rest are current, current, current. So let's talk about some myths. Myth number one, and this has been enduring throughout decades, is it's called CICO, calories in, calories out. So the only way you can make decisions about, or the only strategy that you need to make decisions about weight loss, for instance, are counting your calories, tracking your input and outputs, and then your exercise, subtracting that. But there's more to the picture. There's a whole metabolism involved. There's a whole system of micronutrients involved. So calories do matter, but are they the whole picture? Nah. Um, there's a myth about willpower. So, the only reason you're overweight is because you're sitting on the couch and eating the wrong things. Maybe there's a little more to it. So, believing willpower alone leads to frustration and unhealthy relationships with food. And there are the third myth, follow the influencers. There are so many voices on the internet, and they're all accessible and they're all coming to us. And then uh, let's say you do have a pattern of searching for certain topics. Well, you're going to be fed every uh, voice on the spectrum. So you have to be able to discern what kind of information you're getting. So let's see, influencers often promote fads rather than science-backed nutrition advice. And then there are all kinds of foods that are labeled as healthy, quote unquote, but they're really not. And one of the prime offenders is granola bars. Granola bars often contain high sugar levels, making them less healthy. And they contain oats, which are um, cousins, which have protein that called avenin, like Aveeno. Their protein is a cousin of gluten, and many people are very sensitive to gluten, as we know. But the same problems can come up with oats in the gut, so they're better avoided. Fat-free snack. Oh, fat-free. You think fat-free is healthy, right? Da, 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 da. No, fat-free snacks often have added sugars and fillers and lead to poor nutrition. Diet sodas. Oh, wasn't that a lifesaver having diet sodas? But no, they can contribute to weight gain and they don't satisfy your cravings. You know, a lot of times you're not hungry, you're thirsty, but diet sodas aren't the way to uh, fulfill your or to combat your thirst. So, what can you do? Spotting nutrition myths. Learn to ask critical questions about the sources and the claims that you encounter. You know, more and more people are using lingo and labeling. Oh my goodness. You know, you'll, excuse me, you'll see a food label on something. I'm just making this up right now, but let's say a can of diet soda or you know, some other sugary drink. But these days, they might put a label on it that says gluten free. And so, what do you think in the mind? Oh, it's gluten free. It must be okay, or it must be healthy. Oh, no. And let me tell you, there are a lot of other suspect items on that list. For instance, yogurt, and you know, there are a lot. And I've got a list coming up. So let's see, valuable tools. Use apps and websites to track your nutrition and verify food labels. So important. And rewiring your relationship with food. When you have complete nutrition and when you engage in mindful eating practices, then you can create a healthier relationship with food. Um, I'm thinking of the story, not story, but uh, a segment of a talk by pharmacist Ben Fuchs, and he talked about how when you stick your spoon into a carton of ice cream, he named a brand, but uh, I think it might work for any ice cream. If you bring your spoon to your mouth slowly enough, you can feel your dopamine going off in your brain. You can feel the stress, you know, leave your body. Whatever you were thinking about, whatever was on your mind, whatever you were um, worried about, um, just melts away, just like ice cream melts in your mouth. So this connection with food is very important. So how can we move beyond these nutrition myths towards a healthier lifestyle? First of all, awareness. Recognize the myths and listen in the nutrition for those buzzwords, those catchwords, those little twists, you know, like saying, oh, I remember this one. There was a new product, a new snack food that came on the market, and it said in large letters, made with 100% cheese, right? You think, oh, this is healthy. It's a, you know, great way to have a little crispy snack, and it's 100% cheese. But when you read the label, it said made with 100% cheese. So that could mean it just had a little sprinkling of 100% cheese along with all the other bad stuff. So don't fall for the tricks. Be aware. Empowerment. Understand your own body's nutritional needs and the best way, the healthiest way to meet those needs. And then action. Take steps towards a balanced relationship with food. For instance, my 7-day gluten-free challenge. I just got a text this morning from someone who said, it's been over a week since I've had bread and it's making such a difference. So, what was the second part? Oh, they said they tried gluten-free spaghetti and this time they enjoyed it. So, um, that was a great win, right? So why is this so important? There are over 300,000 diet-related diseases that are plaguing our society. And I'm not sure who made this determination, but some of the research is showing that over 70% of nutritional information in our society is really misinformation. Now, I'm sure uh, I would not be 100% congruent with what they determined was misinformation, but I tend to agree with the amount of misinformation that they estimate. So here's the article. This is the one from, can you let her in, Tony? Thanks. This is the one that I said was from 2020, but it's from a great resource, which is healthline.com. I haven't quoted Healthline in a while, but you know I love a good Healthline article. So healthline.com had this article called The Top 20 Biggest Nutrition Myths. So I'm going to share a few of them with you. Tell me what you think. You can put it in the comments even. Well, we talked about calories in, calories out. And here's the myth that that's all that matters when it comes to weight loss. So calories in, calories out, that's a important part of weight loss metrics, but it's not all that matters. Myth number 2, high-fat foods are unhealthy. That sounds right, doesn't it? Um, you want to lose weight, so you got to cut out those high-fat foods. Well, maybe not. There are many healthy fats, and your body needs these healthy fats for every cell, for every, well, just think about it. Every cell is covered with a lipid bilayer. A lipid bilayer, the lipid part of the lipid bilayer is fatty acids. So fats are very important, but healthy fats. In your brain, the fatty content of your brain, tremendous. So that's a myth that all high-fat foods are unhealthy. Now, there are plenty of unhealthy fats, right? We want to avoid the omega-6s, the LAs, but we want to use the healthy fats like avocado and coconut, and just there are several. Okay. Here's another one. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, we have a lot of research about the benefits of intermittent fasting. So the narrower your eating window can be, or the more time after waking that you put before you break the fast, especially if you're exercising during that time, definitely hydrating. That this is a myth. It's a great meal. And it's very important to have the right foods for breakfast, particularly protein, right? But it doesn't have to be the first, you don't have to eat the first thing in the morning or the first, few minutes after you wake up. Number 4, I used to think this. I mean, the research used to say this. You need small, frequent meals. And the idea was you're keeping your metabolism burning, you're stoking the furnace of your metabolism throughout the day. And so the standard medical and dietary guidelines said 3 meals and 3 snacks, basically. And then that morphed into 6 small frequent meals. But we've talked a little bit about the benefits of intermittent fasting, right? Using time and time of eating windows and times of non-eating windows to help your metabolism, to help your mitochondria. So this is a myth. Number 5, oh my goodness, the sweeteners. I'm trying to remember if I just threatened to do this or if I actually did make I think I did actually make a podcast about, oh yeah, I definitely did, about artificial sweeteners versus non-sugar sweeteners, plant-based sweeteners. There are all these categories of sweeteners. And you think, okay, so I'm not eating sugar, but they're not all healthy. So you have to be careful about what you use to avoid when you're trying to avoid sugar, which is a good thing, but what you're using in its place. Don't fall for it all. Okay, so I was going to stop with number 5 because I don't want you guys to suffer from death by PowerPoint. That's a thing, right? But I wanted to add this one because it's so important. And I think I know who they're talking to. So macronutrient ratio matters more than diet quality. You know who they're talking to? They're talking to keto and carnivores that will go to the drive-through and ask for a hamburger without the bun. You know what I'm saying? Like where you get that protein matters. So just focusing on protein or just, creating a strict ratio of carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, you still have to pay attention to the source of all of your macronutrients. So macronutrient ratio, it's got to be quality. Grass-fed, grass-finished, free range. You know, we have to get, and even there, you have to dig beyond the surface because even those labels, free range versus pasture raised, etc., it makes a difference when you dig into the details. All right. So, Canva didn't like my pictures today. So, you can't see my image, but I'm gonna pause, I think. I'm gonna stop the share, pause the recording, and see if I can troubleshoot this, and I'll be right back. And we're back. Hey everyone. And so just by way of introduction, I'm DrLisa Singletary. See, I wanted you to see the picture so I could prove I'm me, right? And we are on a journey towards optimal health and wellness. in this total transformation Zoom series. And we're going through the 5 M's. This is, sometimes the month of July has 5 Saturdays, but this one is, there are only 4. So we're combining mindset and macronutrients. That's why we're talking about food myths today. And that's why I'm wearing a purple shirt. But we'll go through the 5 M's: mindset, macronutrients, micronutrients, motion, and measurement, so that we can empower your transformation from the inside out. Let's see. I will find, there we go, the button. So I am DrLisa Singletary. I am a board certified family physician, retired now. I, however, along the way, received a master's degree in public health, which that's what the MPH stands for. A lot of people don't know that. And I'm honored to be a certified holistic health coach. I'm passionate about your transformation to optimal wellness and helping you achieve your health goals. So, a little trip down memory lane, 2006. I had a lot going for me, even though I was extremely overweight, but the clock was ticking. And 2 years later, I actually gave up that very beneficial movement and rhythm and all the things that ballroom dancing did for me. I gave them up, and I gave up my medical practice to go home and take care of my parents. And 8 years later, I needed my father's wheelchair just to get around the house. I needed a miracle. However, in health and wellness, we don't talk about miracles. So this, is also my disclaimer slide. I added the disclaimer slide last week, but it didn't make it into this. So here's my disclaimer. Though I am a medical doctor, I'm not practicing. This is not a consultation. This is not a second opinion. I'm giving you my personal experience as well as my knowledge that I acquire from the research. And I'm telling you personally, I needed a miracle. And something dramatic happened in my life when I found out how to go from the picture on the left to the picture on the right. And I'm still on the journey, on my own personal journey to optimal wellness. So I've been sharing, I didn't label all the secrets. I've been sharing some secrets today. But here's the important thing. We need to know how to bust through all of the information, all of the cravings. We need to get our cells on our side, and not just our body cells, but our microbiome cells. And how do we do that? With my 5 steps to nutritional completeness. This is how we deeply nourish our bodies. Step number 1, avoid the bad foods. And a lot of them are hiding in plain sight and putting on sheep's clothing of being healthy, and they're not really. So that's what today's all about. But step number 2, our bodies are craving nutrition. And so we have to give them the 90 essential nutrients, whether it's in the food, which good luck getting them there, or by supplementation. And that's why it's so important to get a good source of nutritional supplements. Step number 3, antioxidants. Our bodies are fighting at every side oxidative stress and inflammation. And our bodies are designed to handle some of that amazingly, but these days we're overwhelmed. So we need to help our bodies with antioxidants, adaptogens, and anti-inflammatories. Step number 4, we've got to take care of the gut. You are not what you eat, you are what you absorb. And step 5, well, now I call that wellness wonderland. Have at it. Do all of the other things that are so exciting and so innovative, but build them on the first 4 steps. They are the foundation. So let's talk about the 90 essential nutrients. 60 essential minerals, 16 essential vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, and 2 to 3 essential fatty acids. And the main thing here isn't knowing all of those individual nutrients or even all the numbers. The main thing is this word essential, because it means your body needs these every day, but medically, biologically, biochemically, the word essential means your body can't make them. So you have to take them in. And in my opinion and experience, this is one of the best ways to get all of the 90 essential nutrients with what we now call time duration nutrition. So we get the right nutrients in the right dosages at the right time of day to optimize your mornings and recharge your evenings. So how can you get started with this road to optimal nutrition? Go to the Health Hub, take your health evaluation survey, get your health score, and you'll find out on the road to optimal nutrition where you're starting and then where you're headed, and we'll help you put that map, the road map together. So I want to have I made another bonus for you, which is that article in Healthline, which is 20 nutrition myths. It was so helpful, so informative, so research backed. And like I said, I didn't want to commit death by PowerPoint today. So, but I want you to have this article in your hands. So you can go to, I have to move this to look. You can scan this QR code and it'll take you right there. Or you can go to drlisasingletary.online/20 nutrition myths, but put the hyphens in there. So it's 20 hyphen nutrition hyphen myths. Okay. So what's coming up? Wow. Oh, I copied this slide from an old presentation too. So we're on webinar 29. That's mindset and macronutrients. So next week we're talking about motion, sweat. So all month. So the month of July, this is nutrition and anti-inflammatory mastery month. And next week we're going to sweat smart, the anti-inflammatory benefits of gentle motion. All right. So thank you for joining me today. We did a lot in a little bit of time. Had a little hiccup in the middle, but I hope I see you all at the watch party tonight. That'll be 9 p.m. Eastern on YouTube on my Dr. Lisa Singletary YouTube channel, and we'll be premiering the recording of this very presentation on YouTube. And I got a brand new video with my red 1967 L88 Chevy Corvette Sport Coupe, and I'm just loving all the things that I can do with AI. So I hope you enjoy them too. But mostly, I'm loving that you're here with me today. Thank you so much, whether you're live or on the replay. Now that you know, those of you who are live, Stick around. We can have a nice Q&A session. Oh, and today's Dale Gibson's birthday. Happy birthday, Dale. And happy birthday to America.